Hey guys, thanks for joining us for this episode of Conversations from the Lab, where we cut through marketing and communications BS and help small and mid-sized businesses and entrepreneurs achieve clarity and gain traction, ultimately to generate more revenue. So stay tuned. When it comes to promoting your business, product, or service, making sure you can be found across search engines is critically important. Could you imagine someone looking for a high-end diner in their area or a nearby heavy machinery repair shop searching on Google and your restaurant or repair shop is nowhere to be found? Those are devastating outcomes and one of the many reasons companies such as restaurants, repair shops, and others go out of business. Now, you might say, well, we don't really need to be found on Google because our success is a result of good word of mouth and all of our business comes directly from referrals. Now, don't get me wrong, that's always the ideal situation, but it's not the case for the vast majority of businesses. In a previous episode titled, Nobody Cares About Your Business, I talk about how companies that don't need to promote or advertise their business are the ones selling water to people in the desert or oxygen to people living underwater. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure you check it out. In those scenarios, your audience needs your product, or else they'll die. But in the real world we live in, most businesses don't sell a product or service that's a matter of life or death. So, this is where being found across search engines comes in handy. When it comes to the basic parameters of making sure your business can be found, assuming you have a website and at least some basic content on that site, the obvious question is, how do you make that work for you? In other words, should you build your presence online with organic search engine optimization or SEO, or should you run Google Ads? This is a question many businesses ask, and often they don't know which one they should choose. Well, I'll break it down for you and help you decide which one is best for you and your company. First, let's look at what organic SEO is. Building a presence organically across search engines is one of the best ways to promote your business and can deliver long-term benefits. This approach centers around developing and publishing content that exhibits the following features. First, it's content that resonates with your target audience, providing solutions, recommendations, suggestions to help your target audience resolve their pain points. Second, that content must be SEO friendly. And what I mean by that is your content, whether it's your blog, your product or service description, landing page, or other online content, that content must be written in a way that uses targeted keywords your audience is searching for. In addition, it must be structured in a way that Google actually likes, such as an easy to follow outline and structure that also features metadata and image descriptions. We'll go into detail about what that is in a future episode, but just know, for our purposes today, your content must be SEO friendly. Other things you can do to ensure that your content is SEO friendly is to include internal links to other content on your site. Fold in backlinks where other reputable sites link to your site. In addition, you can also drive content to your site by promoting your content via your email or social media campaigns. This is generally what organic SEO is. Once you've done these things, you can begin to see your content gain traction in search engines. But keep in mind, this process does take time. Is it possible to have your content show up on the first page of Google in 2 weeks? Sure, but that's something an expert can help you do, and that's not the result most people will get, because it's worth remembering that organic SEO involves competition. In other words, there are other organizations and companies trying to get on the first page of Google as well. So as hard as you might try, there are many others trying to do the exact same thing. You must be committed to your organic SEO strategy and stick to it. You should begin to see substantive progress after 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, if done correctly. Now, let's take a look at Google Ads. This approach, as described, are advertisements that appear above or below organic search results on Google search after typing in a specific keyword or phrase. In addition to different locations within the Google search results, Google Ads can also appear across other platforms, including Google Shopping and more, then a million other possible websites and apps, plus Google-owned properties such as Gmail and YouTube. To begin using Google Ads, you'll need to create an account on the Google Ads website. The link is in the description below. Once you've created your account, you'll be asked to create a campaign and then choose campaign objectives such as sales, leads, website traffic, etc. Once you've configured your campaign, it will run above or below organic search results and possibly across other Google networks if that's what you choose. Your ads will only run for the specific time you choose and at a particular cost per acquisition or cost per click, depending on your settings. You can also set a specific budget for that period of time. There is no one cost per click amount that is ideal or a silver bullet. It all depends on your objectives, the competition, and your budget. But generally speaking, you want the lowest cost per click or cost per lead possible. Now, I've run Google ad campaigns that cost only 4 cents per click, while others were well over $4 per click. Once your campaign starts running, you can keep track of your results within Google Ads. The campaign dashboard is pretty thorough, showing you views, impressions, cost per click, your overall spend, and you can run multiple ads simultaneously and see your data for each campaign as well as for all your campaigns collectively. Now, there are pros and cons to both organic SEO and Google Ads. For organic SEO, the pros are it's a long-term solution that will continue to pay dividends if done correctly. Also, it can be very cost-effective, but in order to do it properly, you'll likely need some help to address all facets of an organic SEO initiative. Remember, there's content creation, incorporating keywords, metadata, and more. Now, you can do all these things yourself. If that's the case, you won't have to spend much money to get started. Now, for the cons. It takes a while to get results from organic SEO. It can take anywhere from 2 months, which is a somewhat optimistic time frame, to 6 months to truly see significant returns and traction with this approach. It can also be very time consuming. To create all the content in a way that shows up in search results over time requires time and effort. If you have a team that can do this, it's better than trying to do it all yourself, whether you're a small business owner or a marketing director with a staff of one. Competition can also be very fierce. Other brands are also competing for your audience. Keep in mind, just because you're doing organic SEO, that doesn't mean you'll appear in the top 3 results in Google for your ideal keyword. Other campaigns are trying to do the exact same thing you're trying to do. And if they have a large staff devoting more time to it, then you'll have your work cut out for you. It's worth keeping in mind that rather than trying to appear in search results using the most competitive keywords, you can also choose keywords that are not as competitive and still get pretty good results. Now, for Google Ads, here are the pros. You'll get immediate placement above or below Google organic search terms, or across other platforms if that's what you choose. Once you hit the start button, your ads can be approved in 1 to 2 business days and start running immediately. With ads on YouTube, I've seen approval and ads running as early as the same day. Google Ads also allows for very precise targeting and performance tracking. Unlike organic SEO, Google Ads allows you to target your specific and precise audience. You can also get immediate traffic with Google Ads. No waiting weeks or months. You can start getting traffic and leads as early as 1 to 2 days. But there are cons with Google Ads. It can be very expensive. For highly competitive keywords and phrases, it can get very expensive if you want to appear on the first page or at the top or bottom of organic search results. Make sure you have the budget for this specific approach. You do pay for every click someone makes on your ad, whether or not they are a serious prospect. Also, Google Ads are not trusted as much as organic search results. So even though your audience may see your ad just above organic search results, the thinking is that organic results are more trustworthy and paid results are from companies that simply want to sell you something. So keep that in mind. Now that we've reviewed both organic SEO and Google Ads, which one is better for you? Well, that depends on your objective, budget, time frame, industry, and more. If you're a new e-commerce consumer goods company, leveraging Google Ads is worth considering, as that will put your brand and product front and center immediately. If you're an insurance agency or law firm, where trust is paramount, organic SEO might be a better option, as your audience might trust those search results more than paid ads. There's also a third option, and that's doing both. Some companies, especially startups, may want to leverage Google Ads while also investing in organic SEO. The Google Ads listings can provide immediate exposure, traffic, and leads while the company builds its organic search presence. Once that organic search presence is established, you can scale back your Google Ads. Whichever approach is best for you, make sure you make an honest assessment of your company's goals and objectives. Also, seek counsel and help in terms of which approach is best and how best to execute it. If done properly, either approach can help you achieve the exposure you want and drive the revenue you need. If you found this information helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. This helps us bring you more content like this. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of Conversations from the Lab, and we'll see you next time.